Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Hey, G. How's it going? You're doing great driving on a long drive. Well, drive safe, travel safely, get a lot of good road snacks. Those are the best part. But yeah, glad to hear you're doing well. Hey, Blurry. Happy Monday to you as well. My weekend was pretty good. Nothing too exciting happened. We did do like a late night stream on Friday that was non-Minecraft, Twitch only, and it was super fun. So I really enjoyed that. Had a good Easter. Hope you all had a good Easter too if you celebrate. Didn't do too much, just went and got some food. But we're gonna be working on some storefronts. I'm gonna go ahead and swap over. We're working in creative today. Thank you also to everybody who already liked the stream on YouTube. You guys are quick on it. Really appreciate you. But yeah, we're going to be working in the creative world because I have a project I have in mind coming up. And I want to come up with different storefront designs that are specific to the material. So I actually want to start out by getting like a platform because so many times I accidentally misclick and I will expand the ground without meaning to. So I need something that's going to like differentiate from the rest that I probably won't be building out of. So let's go with iron. Pretty confident I won't be using that. Let's see if there's anything better. Let's do that. Let's just get like a 3. We don't need it to be super deep. It's gonna be more wide if anything, so we're not gonna be working on the back side. I just want the front of the store. So 5, 6, 7, that's fine. And we'll just extrude back. But yeah, sometimes I accidentally extrude the ground and then it messes everything up and it takes me a minute before I even realize it happened. So let's go this way. Don't know how far we're going, but let's just go to there. I think that's fine. Yeah, you'll be back soon. Sounds good. Hey, Debug, how's it going? Storage is interesting per person. What will your categories be? So I know for a fact we're going to be doing like the basics. So I'll need stone. I'm not sure if I'm going to split stone up into like stone and cut stone and do 3 different ones. It'll probably just be like stone and then cut stone will be stored within it, and then cobble. Those will get their own. Not super sure about deep slate. If we're going to do 2 or 1. I try not to keep a lot of regular deep slate, and I think it'll be weird to store out of that one, so I think that that's probably just gonna go with the deep slate, cobbled deep slate, so that we can have one that has all the different kinds. But since I do tend to have a ton of cobble and a ton of stone, we're gonna keep those as their own separate ones. I think may change my mind later once we figure out how much space we have to work with, but I do know I want to do that, and I kind of want to do one of each wood, like their own wood type, or maybe I do one and I like combine all the wood together, or I could separate it into like brown woods, colored woods, those kinds of things. So wood's gonna be a little tricky, but we're gonna take it like one by one for sure. I know I want granite, really anything that I have a lot of. I usually have a lot of andesite because I have a plan for this storage room, and it should be the type of storage room that I can expand as I need more space, but I can give a ton of storage to begin with. Hey Enderman, welcome in. I've got to think, I'll do a diorite. So we're starting out with all the basic rocks for sure. But then when we get into the woods, I'll have to think about the difference between those. I think a resin one's gonna be fun. I think mud brick will be fun, regular brick. Let's see. We'll go through and just start with these. Do a sandstone. There'll be like an ocean prismarine one. But let's start with these. Also, what is the thing? Game rule do weather cycle. I think if I switch it to false right now, hold on. If I switch it to false, it's going to stick to where it's always rain. I gotta remember how to do this. Weather clear. Game rule do weather false. I think that should be good. But yeah, let's start with these. I'm honestly just gonna leave that there. Keep an eye out on like what different materials we want to work with. And where's my clone? We'll do that first and second. I'm just gonna go this way. Confirm. Will we make a shop for every block? So, hold on. Why am I stuck? Oh, I need to cancel. Yeah, Deba, you threw me off because I don't know if I mentioned it was for a storage room, but then you mentioned storage and I was like, oh, maybe I already said it. Honestly, can't remember. But yes, not necessarily a shop, but what I have in mind is, I don't want to give away too much, but basically I want to be able to differentiate storage areas based on the material type, and we'll use like a storefront to represent that. But I'm gonna refrain from saying too much because I'm really excited for this project, but it may change as we go. It may not end up being exactly as I imagine. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. I've been thinking about this for a long time and hoping to get to work on it soon. Let me see, a fuel station. Oh, you mean like gas station? Take me back to the schedule 1. Let's see. No, we just want to do like the elevation of everything. No, you're fine. But no, this will represent like storage of different materials. It's not going to be an auto storage. It'll be manual, but I'm pretty decent at manually storing everything. It's actually part of the fun. I need to figure out about how wide they're all going to be because I think it's going to be the same across the board. I don't have the actual location where they're going yet, so I haven't determined that, but I feel like it'd be safe to start with like 5, maybe 7, 5 to 7. Because I want them to feel more vertical, and the wider I go, the more it's going to feel like it's a little oblong, not oblong, but rectangular in the opposite direction. I want them to like be vertical storefronts. And I also am going to need space to like move around in once I'm actually in there. So I think 7 is a safe starting location. So let's start with the stone one. Easy. I know I'll definitely be wanting to use it. It's probably gonna be the first one I end up making because I have so much stone to store. See, this is where we kind of get into the issue of height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's an actual square. If I go... See, I just did it. Did I do it twice? I did the exact thing I was trying to avoid doing on. Okay, never mind. Let's just expand that up. I want this floating. This is why we're not doing it in my typical creative world. I don't like working in there anymore when I'm using Axiom because I will accidentally break things with this extrude tool. My cat on the counter? No. She knows better. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me make sure I don't have this tool on. Okay, we're good. Sometimes there's, I think it's this one. Infinite reach. Yeah. If you do infinite reach, you can like go as far as you can look. And I was like, maybe that's why I keep on accidentally grabbing the ground, but no. Fortunately not. Okay, we're at 7, aren't we? There's 9. I think that's fair. 7 by 9. I think that should be good enough space for me to work with. We'll need to figure out now how we're gonna like differentiate. So I do think I want like some form of separator between the two, like upper and lower portion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That seems a little too much, but we'll see. I think it'd be fun to like add little windows up here. So we're going with this. It will be interesting to try to stick to one single material as we go, because it won't give us a lot of room for like experimenting, but I do think it'll be kind of fun too. A nice challenge. So one thing that I've been looking at in a lot of storefronts is they tend to pop out like bay windows, and I want to incorporate that if I can with the space that I do have. So I feel like most likely, if that's the case, I would need to make the doors only 1 block wide, and then I may have room to bump this out. Let's see. It's gonna be the best way to make an angle out of this. I need glass for sure. We're just gonna start with basic glass. I can adjust later. If I do, actually I saw something recently. It was Sway. Sway made a video about bay windows, and I've never worked with bay windows. And I think it was like this. I would need probably to put glass blocks back here. And we can change the color of these. We are gonna have to figure out what things we can do that will adjust the color just slightly enough to where it actually feels like there's some variety to it. So I can do something like that to create this bay window effect. What if I just did a pane here? Wait, whoa. Okay, I can do that to make bay windows. I can make a bay window with 3 wide squares. I'm actually surprised. I thought I would need more room than that. So I could start to incorporate like mossy stuff to bring more color in. That might be my best move, so that this isn't just a plain gray building or storefront. But if it's surrounded by a lot of colorful buildings, like if right next door to it is going to be resin, you won't notice too much that it's just solid gray, because what I have in mind, it will like carry throughout the entire distance of the entire space for the storage room. So I feel like we want to go in and do a stair. Probably the mossy... Oh wait, I'm trying not to do cobble here. We may end up combining the two. We'll see. Let's see though. Wait, I'm grabbing the wrong one. Stair. Where's mossy? So I have it like this. What if I do that instead? So that's what I'm thinking of doing down here. I think this actually looks better, having that gap between the two. We could like extend that. No, definitely not that though. What if these go this way? Don't like that, no. Back to how it was. I think that could work. I definitely need this space right here. But we could like swap in leaves or actual moss. So when it comes to the like decoration, we can do whatever we need. What if these are leaves? This is where I need like a stone trapdoor. But I do like the way that that looks. We won't have much options with doors though. Doors are just going to have to be whatever we decide to go with. Let's see. I guess this is a situation where we can like use it to bring in color. What would we want? We could just go with oak, most basic door. Stone is also like the most basic material. Do that. It took me forever to realize that, like, if you gravitate towards one corner, it determines the direction of the door swing. I did not know that for a long time. Okay, there's that. Why is this so dark? We do this. Or I think that's a little not enough. Let's see. Stone. If I do stair here, how's that? Not that way. It feels kind of weird that they're on different levels, but that may just be the way that it has to be. No, come back. Wrong way. I think I like it better recessed. We could use some of the other chiseled stone throughout. So say like this becomes the piece there. And then door and trapdoor are recessed. I think we can do stuff like that. Or I can grab like some versions of the wall. Let's grab a stone brick wall and see how that looks. That still connects. It gives it the depth. I don't really like this trapdoor though. Like maybe we just embrace the fact that that's going to be shorter. And I don't think there's a problem with that. Don't like that. I kind of want to do like the chiseled stone brick along the base. Because yeah, might as well use all of our options while we have them. There's a little air gap right here, which I don't love. But I think it's fine. I like the bay window. I feel like that's going to make an appearance in a lot of different things as we go through all this. We could even pull in like a colored glass instead of doing the one that we have, at least on the top. What if I did a green glass on these upper ones? So we could do that. You can't even really tell. But if we do this, let's see, we've got more mossy stairs. Hey Bonnie, how's it going? What is good, everyone? Hope you all had a good weekend. Or you can do something like that. I'm debating what to do here. So this could actually flip, and instead of doing the stairs going down, they can go up like that. And I like that a lot better. Definitely feels more like a storefront. I feel like I need to do something here. Maybe grabbing a trapdoor. Let me see what this looks like. I don't really know about that. Oops. That's too low. I can do it at the top there. I mean, I could just do that. But so this is given the stone option. What if I made these not too tall? I always make my windows like minimum too tall, but I want to see what it looks like without. I think we could get away with that. What if I do it one block lower? Because I don't feel like this feels complete at the top. I feel like I need at least one other layer of like the cornice above. So I'm debating how we want to show that. Let's clean all this up. And let's go back to the stair up here. I think I liked it better too tall. This is looking too squished. If we go up one more right here, I think we'll most likely have this happen quite often, where we just use this cornice to like cap the top. How's my day? My day's going pretty well. I mean, it just started, to be honest. I was up editing until like 4 a.m. So we slept kind of late today, but I've mentioned before that sometimes that is when I'm like most productive, is really late at night. And that was definitely the case yesterday. I could do that. You still get the window where you can see through. I kind of like that across the top. I don't think it's absolutely necessary though. I feel like I need a little bit more like texture now. So maybe we do just keep cobble with the stone. I think that's fair. And hold on, I'm like getting these in such a weird order. Let's do this here. No, actually do that. And do that. What other stone, like chiseled stone, do we have? We can use the cracked. That wouldn't hurt to use. And we do have the smooth stone. I maybe could pull that in. But I feel like I need some more like variation. Do like a band of cobble. I think stripes are going to be my friend in this case. I feel like that's been happening a lot lately, where I've noticed some people build in like vertical stripe or horizontal stripes, and it actually looks pretty decent. That feels like it needs a little more texture though. What if I do walls up here? Curious. I know if I put it here though, it's not going to connect to the stair, and that is not what we want. No, I don't feel like it's necessary to do this. Let's do that. I kind of want to swap in some stone bricks. I'm probably going to move on from this one in a second just to, oh wait, let me grab another brick. I don't want to spend too much time on one because I think I'm going to figure out more techniques as I go that I can use. So let's kind of swap in some bricks down here, maybe a mossy one right there. And what do I want to do with this? We could just have some sections where it's kind of pushed back. I think that it actually kind of needs that. I don't want to do that one though, unless it's going to connect. If I do this, yeah, we could do that. I think that helps, having these little chunks of recessed wall. What other walls do I have that I'm not using? Let's go in for like a stone brick wall. Ideally, there will be things on the side that connect, like solid blocks along the side that it can connect to if I do end up putting a wall in the end. But I don't have that in place right now. Let's do this. Yeah, I think that's my friend, having random blocks that are recessed. That's gonna help with the depth, since I can't really switch up the materials too much. But if we do, I already have leaves actually right here. We could just like randomly pop in a couple leaves. Yeah, I feel like that is a good start for the stone one. And it makes sense to me to use oak right here, since we're kind of keeping it as like basic materials. When it comes to like the detail blocks like that, we are gonna have to just accept that it's not gonna be specific to that material. It's not gonna have like a stone trapdoor because those don't exist. Okay, I think we can move on from this one. So it would be the stone, cobblestone, anything. And I wasn't really thinking about how to pull in the mossy, but that definitely helps. Now let's do deep slate. So what do we have? Let's go with the cobbled deep slate first. So we have that. And then we've got the regular deep slate, and then we got all the different variations of the textured deep slate, which is going to be kind of fun. Ooh, what if I threw in a random ore? I probably won't do this, but it could be an opportunity to bring in color. I want to see what it looks like. That might just confuse what's being stored there. That kind of looks cool though. I'm not gonna do that, I don't think, but an option. I'm gonna think about that later. Okay, let's do the cobblestone one. So I want the same proportion, but we're gonna want to switch it up a bit. So what was this, 7 by 9, I think? I'll give like a 3 wide gap. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and then extrude up. 1, 2, 3. On, I lost count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and then a top cornice piece. So it'd be like that. Now, let me look at my pictures of just different ways that storefronts kind of can pop out. So what if we do the bay window on 2 sides? I don't know if I can make that fit. I don't have enough width for that, but I do kind of want to try it. Give me you. So if I could do that. Can I make a bay window with 2 wide blocks? That's my question. Technically I can. But I would not really have room for a door. What if I just use a glass block? And instead of doing this, we just pop it up here. I think that looks a little funny. Let's go like that. And that there. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Because if you look at it from this side, it looks really weird. But what can I do? What if I go back to the panes? But they just connect on the sides. Possible. I mean, that kind of gives that effect, and it feels a little less aggressive with the pop out like the other one did. Let's try this. It looks a little funny, but I think we can make it work. I feel like for this one, you want to use spruce. I feel like spruce looks really good with dark oak or deep slate. Like that. Give me like a stair. Go back to this. I kind of moved off my channel or my OBS. Okay. I'm gonna stick with this cobbled for now. I already have that in my inventory, but stick with that. What if we put window here? That, I don't like that. Let me see. We could just have the bay window be on the upper level. It doesn't have to be on the lower level like I keep doing. Also on some of these, they'll kind of pop out the entryway a little bit. And I do like that. Let me see. Part of me, so I have like Pinterest open of storefronts, but what's really helping me right now, to be honest, is Diagon Alley. I'm looking at like set design of Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. And it's got a lot of those storefronts that I am looking for. But they have a little bit more control than I do. I don't think I can put a dragon on top of a dome like they can, but that would be cool. But yeah, some of these... I kind of want to try the one that is similar to Ollivanders in a way. Because Ollivanders is dark like this. I feel like I will like a different colored glass better. Let's go with black, honestly. So I think the typical pane is a little too much, a little too bold. That might be a little too dark. What other panes do I have? We could just try a light gray. Or not light gray, but just gray. I also sometimes like to use brown stained glass. Maybe we try that. I'm surprised they haven't made tinted glass panes. That one looks better. What does brown look like? I don't like brown. I'm gonna give it a chance, but I don't really like it. Yeah, I want to go back to the gray. Messed that up. I could also do like some like spotting in it. But Ollivanders goes up pretty high. It's almost like double. Yeah, they go up a second level. So it makes me want to grab a solid block. Let's go to a chisel deep slate. Not really a fan of that, but that's okay. We'll figure that out later. And then go up another. I feel like this at least needs to connect there. It's giving me a vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but I just see eyes. Like really long, droopy eyes. Let's see. I don't really like that chiseled deep slate around the center. Maybe polished instead. Or we could just do like the chiseled on the center of the windows. I think that's an option. What other... I'm trying to look back at Ollivanders. I do think it'll be cool, kind of emulating Ollivanders. They do the hanging signs. Let's do this with the wall. They kind of have like a sign down the middle, or it's more like up here. Maybe, not sure about that. I'm gonna break that for now. Let's repeat this bottom section up here. It definitely needs something. I don't know what. Gotta figure that out. Maybe swap. Hold on. This may make a difference. Because it does feel like it needs a little bit more depth to it. And maybe this is the part where we start to pull in the other deep slate blocks. So I feel like deep slate tiles, they're a good floor. But I don't know if I necessarily want that to be like a floor in here. We'll grab all these different ones. We already got that. Grab that. And luckily with this one, we've got a lot of wall options. This could be a situation where we start pulling in some of these ores. I kind of want to throw in like an emerald. Like right here. Kind of hidden behind the wall. It feels like we need something right here. Like, it almost feels like this needs to just all be window. But no, that feels like it needs to be broken up again. What if I use more panes behind to kind of add that mullion? If that were the case, I feel like I'd probably need like a dark pane. What if I did this like that? Maybe. Let's go in and do some deep slate tiles. Oh, I do need the piece below the window too, that we don't have this gap. But I like that. What is another thing I can do? I think I can do, instead of doing these windows, we could do a, no, we'd have to go this way, I think. Problematic. I want to make sure it doesn't mess with my lantern. How does that read? That's okay. Let's do that on this side too and see what it looks like. I feel like that looks better than when it was solid blocks back there. I think I think that's the move. Let's go in and add some random stone bricks. Or not stone, deep slate bricks. And here. Options, definitely options. It's hard to say exactly how I feel about it because I feel like I need a wall behind so I can like properly see. So I'm not seeing sky. Let's grab like a white concrete probably. That may be a problem though later. Let's stick with white concrete for now, but if we work with like quartz or something, we're gonna have to change that to not be white. But I don't really want to see the sky behind. I think that's gonna mess with my view. Now I can see it a little better. I like this. I think I need some type of either stair or slab underneath each window. Or I can pull in spruce. Maybe slab actually. I keep on accidentally reloading the shaders. Or we can do trapdoor actually. I didn't even think about that. Actually, that feels not good. We could do like that actually. No, feels like I need a deep slate. I like that. I'm missing my top level cornice. I mean, I can still do it right here. Or I could leave it how it is like that. Alternatively, the other option I feel like would be to pop it out an additional level. That feels more complete to me. Like the deep slate one. I am actually surprised how quickly these are coming along. I can definitely like work on something for way too long. And was expecting that to be the case today. I want another ore. I kind of want this gold ore. I think that's kind of fun. I don't know. I probably wouldn't actually store the ores in this area. But that's okay. Let's shrink. Okay, I need to figure out if I like it better with the top. I think I do. With the cornice along the top. So we'll go back to that. But I don't really like the tiles that we had. So we'll probably do the cobbled deep slate. I don't have like any plain deep slate in here actually. That may be an issue. What if we do this? Where can we put it? Also, where's the block? There it is. The literal first one. Do some of these just like randomly sprinkled throughout. The top looks better. I think so too. I think I'm going to like kind of texture this. It's always so weird because the cobbled deep slate has such a light color to it when it's next to one of the chiseled variants. Or like the stone cutter ones. I think we can do that though. I think that works. Let's do the next one. Hey Nature Puffpaw, how's it going? Glad you can make it in today. So, love the designs, thank you. Yeah, these are, oh no, I messed up. I felt that. Okay, actually, I guess it's fine. It lagged for a minute. I haven't put any walls in here. Let me try that real quick before we move on. What if I swap these two for walls? I think that's doable. If I do that, it does connect to the glass still. It's like so subtle, but I think it's fine. I think it works. What if I did walls here? It doesn't connect to the... Oh wait, oops. It doesn't connect to the trapdoor, so never mind. Wait. Another option. I like it better with the trapdoor, but we could do that later. Like I said, we're trying to kind of go through these a little quickly because I feel like I'll figure out new techniques as we go and do more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I want to do 3 gap. 1, 2, 3. Let's extrude one more. And then pull this over. How am I today? I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How are you guys? No, we're just chilling today. It feels good to like prep for future projects, which is kind of how it's going. Let's do a granite one. I feel like I need to do granite with brick. Like, I definitely shouldn't. I probably won't. But I very rarely will use brick or granite without using the other. Like, I always use them together. So, feels weird. Okay, good. Glad to hear you doing well, too, Nature Puffpaw. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I do love doing storefront designs, and I haven't done these in so long. It feels good to finally get back to it, because I've been doing all of like the very village focused designs lately, and I've been itching to do more of these storefronts for a while. I'm drink my coffee. We got a big coffee today, all decaf. Kuro would be so sad. See, it's a mix of cold brew and espresso because I poured in all the cold brew, which, by the way, finding a decaf cold brew, wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do that, but I did. but I used all cold brew, and then I was like, it needs more coffee flavor, so we did a decaf espresso shot. I'm liking these looks so far. I'm actually kind of surprised that we're 47 minutes in. I feel like I've been here for like 10. Never mind. Oh, hey, Kuro, there you are. So sad, yeah, I know. But it tastes like coffee, and I don't have to worry about getting antsy late at night. Part of me really wants to grab another Celsius, though, if I'm being honest. We're gonna do some granite now. Let's see. I think this one let's bump out the entrance a little bit. I think that'll be fun. We'll probably end up doing that a lot with like the different wood types as well. Let's see. You're gonna build a world for your kids to join? That's so fun. One day, yeah. I'll have to hold on to that save for a long time. Or maybe not a long time. I wouldn't know. But that's sweet. It's a good idea. Actually, going back to granite. I don't have a polished granite wall. That's unfortunate. Why did they do this? Why did they do this to me? I don't think they like me. Do I combine it with brick? What do you guys think? Do we combine granite with brick or keep them separate? Because the unfortunate thing is brick doesn't have like a cracked variant. And I don't know. I'm trying to think of like if I don't hold on to a lot of brick and I don't hold on to a lot of granite. So it's not like cobblestone and stone and like deep slate where I'll have a ton. So we may be getting to at a point eventually where we will start combining things. This is one of those like resources though that it's possible that I'll have a lot of something. It just depends on the situation. So try separate. I'll try separate for now. We may end up combining. Because I also need to figure out how many slots that I will have once we actually build them. I'll try the challenge. I'll try the challenge of keeping them separate for the design, but we may end up combining them when we actually end up building them in the world. Just depending. Because yeah, I'm only gonna have a limited number of spots to work with once we actually get it all laid out, and I have no idea yet because I haven't gotten to that part in my world. But we'll see. If I also get to a point where I'm like cannot figure out how to design this, then we'll combine them. Because it is nice to have like different walls. I don't like the way that walls look sometimes whenever they have another wall behind them. Okay, so if this is the case, I feel like we need this polished block on the corners. We could do like a coin detail. Like this, where it's every other one. And by coin, I mean it's like Q-U-O-I-N. It's some build term. Where they will like turn corners like this. Maybe like go all the way up like that. Really pretty to see in real life. Let's see though. I feel like these need to be symmetrical. So I need this we may have to pull in the bricks. Let's go back to polished here. Yeah, finding a way to make depth is going to be a little challenging on these ones. There's so few like variations. Actually, what am I doing? I need a door. Where does the door go? The one I am like referencing, they use They have like a little gable at the center. It's cute. Maybe for the roof we pull in a wood type. This also kind of feels like a spruce. Let's do stair. Or maybe no, not dark oak. Jungle kind of looks nice. Let's try jungle. Oh yeah, mangrove. I forget about that too. That would look nice. Let me see. Because oddly enough, the picture I am looking at, they bump out with red. So mangrove may actually work in this situation. I'm looking at a Harry Potter Diagon Alley Lego set right now. And oh, it's a Quidditch shop that has like a bumped out entrance. Love a good Lego reference for building. Definitely helps. Yeah, I feel like as we go through all these like creative sessions, it becomes more and more apparent that I am constantly referencing other things whenever I'm working on these designs. And it's usually not Minecraft stuff. Sometimes I do reference Minecraft, but that's more of like for decoration. I feel like I need an actual Minecraft reference because decoration in the game is just so hit or miss. But when it comes to builds, I like Lego sets. I like real life pictures. I like movie sets. I feel like those are all like good references. This feels like I need a stair right here. Maybe. I like seeing it in real life. Yeah. Yeah, these are fun things to see in real life. There's so many good like old like buildings and styles just out there that I don't get to see a lot of where I live, so I love getting to see it put to use, even if it's just on like Pinterest or something. We could just make the whole bump out. It's an entirely different color. That may defeat the purpose though of making the storage space like recognizable. I don't like that. Go back to how it was. Boop boop boop. Let's go back to this. I love making this like texture with stairs. Just to give it something. I want to do walls, but it's not going to connect to the blocks I need it to. I would have to do solid blocks. And I don't like that. Because also if I put a fence up there, it's not going to connect. Maybe we bulk it up on this upper half. I don't think I'm going to like this. Yeah, nope. This, like, walls look better without me having to make like an additional overhang up here. Maybe I do need to make an additional overhang though. Maybe we do like a trap door. Not sure if I like that. Not terrible. I need like half depth blocks in the game. That's an idea for later. Do a band of trapdoors. Also, sometimes I do banners. I think these are gonna be too long for this situation, but I want to see it. Oh, like, I forgot that we have a bottom slab right there. Yeah, not gonna do that. Not on this one, at least. I want to see real quick with jungle. So we may use the red for a different one. What did I just do? Did I just break that? Oops. Yeah. It's like, I have trouble working with mangrove because it's kind of orange. And when you get so much of it, it just really starts to, I don't know, it kind of gets to a flat color. I think that's one reason why I don't use it a lot. I like it, but in certain lighting, it kind of looks a little funny. I like that. I don't really like this trapdoor overhang though. What else can I use that connects to glass or walls? I know what glass panes will, but I don't think that that's going to be a good move because it won't connect to a door below. It won't connect to fences, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, it's not going to. Oh, wait. Fence gates. I forget that's a thing. We could do that. And I feel like these may need to end up being solid blocks for the purpose of the door. It may just have to be solid. Yeah, what is this? Honestly, I kind of like that. I don't need this to be a fence anymore though, but we may need that for future reference. I'm gonna look at the fence, or the fence versus fence gate. I kind of want to do maybe a trap door there. Let's set it back. I like that. Okay, pane. Bang, what color? I kind of want to try brown on this one. Try light gray, maybe a white. I always like the brown ones. I like the white better though, I think. Oh wait, no, that was the gray. I think I like the gray, the light gray. White with these shaders is always like really, really foggy in comparison to all the other options. Okay, I think we can work with that. Now, maybe we do bay windows up top. I don't need to make everything symmetrical, even though I love making everything symmetrical. I usually try my best to avoid it, but that doesn't always happen. That feels funny. Feels like it needs to be symmetrical. Papa. Take these out. What is my pattern? Do these. Trapdoor. I can't do that one without messing this up. No. I may make it shorter. Take these. Do like that. Oh, also one thing that I think looks nice is connecting these with walls. Okay, no, don't like that. That makes it way too long and narrow. Oh, maybe I need fences, not walls. Why do I kind of like this up here though? I kind of like that. Giving it like a little oval shape. Options. Looks like an eyeball if I squint. I want it lower. Because I still need the cornice along the top. I'm taking this out. That looks way too squished. What if I just got rid of that? I don't like that. Hold on, let me go back. Take these. It feels like it needs to be like that. We can go back and grab some leaves. Or something similar to leaves. I didn't even grab it. Cherry. Actually, go back. Go back. And I took my leaves away. I feel like bushy leaves need to be a part of Minecraft. Vanilla Minecraft. I don't like that. It looks a little top heavy. Like it looks like it would just push over that little roof. This doesn't feel like a roof anymore. This needs that there. That feels wrong. I don't like it. I need something different for this upper half. What are my options? I could bump it out again. But I feel like it's just gonna blend into one another. I could actually go further. I could do this. And like bring all this up here. I like that a little bit better, but it feels like this needs to be like stairs to like brace it back into the wall. That feels like it can go. Not terrible. Maybe slab in the center. I kind of like that. I like that. And maybe like fence along the sides. That doesn't connect at the top, so maybe just those two middle ones. What if I did trapdoors here? I don't know how I feel about the trapdoors, but I think everything else kind of works. And then this cornice along the top. I think we can work with this. Maybe some texture granite in here. This now kind of feels like it needs some slope to it. What if I did... Oh, I can't double those up. Don't know what I'm thinking. Okay. I think we're cooking. I think we got something we can work with here. I do feel like I need more walls, though. Not like that. I do like being able to just like throw these walls in random places. Like that. It kind of has a gap back here, but nobody has to know that. We can just pretend it's not there. Give me another wall. Like if I do that, is that gonna connect? That connects. Okay. It feels like it needs a little bit something. About buttons. Jungle or pale oak buttons? That one broke, so it doesn't get a button. Okay, what if it's pale? Maybe. Can't do anything with that. Let's do this. I do like the jungle, but it's kind of hard to see. Which, in some situations, that's a good thing. Like, I feel like up here, I like the jungle better. Down at the bottom, though, that feels like it needs something that stands out a little bit more. Let's do signs. Let's do like a band of red signs. I accidentally escaped out of my game. Okay, now let's do a band of jungle signs instead. I'm gonna see if I like that better. I think I like the jungle slightly better. Just because it feels like it needs a little break from all the red. I think I like that. What if it's spruce? Why is sign not showing up? Oh, it's because I had a space in there. We can do birch. Bruce. Almost said that. I think that's a little too bright. It glows in this lighting. That feels a little dull. I kind of like that though. Well, let me try dark oak. So it feels like it needs a darker color down here. What other options do I have? Try my pink. Oh wait, wrong one. Okay, that's a no. I like the sign. I think of all of them, I like the jungle the best. But I could also try trapdoor. This one's getting multiple different wood types. I think we might go with jungle signs. I think that helps. I also feel like I need the like hanging signs on this one. Maybe hanging jungle. If not that, hanging mangrove. I think we could do that. We might have to put a hanging sign over every single door in this world. We'll see. That seems fitting. Also, it kind of feels like it needs to be like over here, but I'm not gonna do that. It's gotta be centered. Only makes sense if it's centered, I feel like. Ooh, maybe I get that weird... There's like a mod that you can get where you can put items in the sign, like an item frame, rather than like text, because I think that would be nice to have just like a visual of what's being stored there, as if the storefront isn't enough, but I think that would be a good option. Okay, I'm gonna call that one good. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And an extra for good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do the next one. Wait, I want to touch back on this. I feel like maybe I need more up here. If not that, then buttons. Or maybe I should be actually texturing that wall. That's probably partially my problem. Take these. I hate when I do that because then I accidentally pick up another button. And then I have 2 in my inventory instead of 1. Alright, I think that makes it better, having the texture. Okay, I'm gonna step away for a second. We'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom, and then we will get back to whatever's next. What's next? Probably andesite. Okay. All right, we're back. Cool. What did I say we're doing? Andesite, I think. I'm just kind of going down the list, honestly. Who knows what layout we're actually going to end up going with when we do these. This one's probably going to be a little similar to the stone, but a little challenging because we don't have the mossy to work with. But it's honestly same amount of blocks as the granite. So let's see. What do we want to do with this one? I also need to figure out what wood type I want to use with it. Part of me is like, first instinct says jungle, but I don't think that's actually the move. I'm just gonna go to fence, because then I know for sure there's a wood type to work with. I wish I had more of the green jungle wood before it's, like, stripped. I think that's nice. Or not, I'm saying bamboo when or I'm saying jungle when I mean to say bamboo, but honestly jungle might look good. I love jungle wood. It's very versatile. Yeah, I'm not thinking bamboo on this one, but I do want to use bamboo when we get to the right spot for it. Hey Metal, welcome in. Just came back from the Minecraft movie. Misreading everything. How'd you like it? Did you enjoy it? I liked it, but we talked a little bit about it on Friday, and I don't see myself watching it a lot unless I make the movie or a video about all the things that irritate me from the movie. We talked about that too, or things that are inaccurate. I don't know about this wood or the wood type. Yeah, you're back now, G. Welcome back. Enjoyed a lot. Sweet. Glad you made a safe home. Safe home. What words hard. Word no hard talk today. Good luck translating that. Anyways, I hope you had a safe trip back. And nothing too chaotic going on in your world. We could use copper. Copper might be nice. Kind of thinking like a exposed copper. So we can at least get these two. I'm really not sure on this one. It's such a bland color. It was good. Glad you liked it. Yeah. Yeah. It was. I had my my comments on it, but that's the case with every movie. Maybe we do the weathered. I don't know. I'm not vibing with any of these. Let's do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extrude all this up. Yeah, it is a Monday for sure. Words hard. Hadn't done a lot of talking this weekend, I feel like. Just chilling. Okay, there's that. Copper may be what we go with. Which may be nice, because then I can start pulling in some of these other copper blocks. Because I don't think that I'm going to be able to make an entire build out of copper later. That's definitely not the right one, though. Maybe we want... Go back to my wood options. If I did do bamboo... I love the pattern of the bamboo trapdoor. And the bamboo door. No, too yellow. You have another trip next week? Crazy. Sounds fun though. Yeah, I'm not really liking any of these. I mean, we could do acacia. The acacia kind of looks nice. Not too different from a straight on copper though. Let's try that for now. Stick with acacia. We've done a different wood type each time so far, so let's give this a go. Let's see. Some of these, let's try the opposite. So we popped out the door on the last one. Let's do a recessed door on this one. Something different. Or like a recessed wall is what I'm trying to say. I think that the depth is definitely going to be needed on this one. Actually, let's go back to solid blocks, not walls. Maybe not at this level, maybe up here. So this could be a situation where we do like all trap doors around. I do this quite often, but I like doing this. I think that one's gotta go. And then that way. So we could do something like that, and then say we do like a lintel of stairs or something right here. I think we can work with that. I want to do walls right here. Yeah, this is another one where they don't give me walls of the polished type, and I'm like, why? You're on Twitch as well. Thanks, G. As always, I appreciate it. It kind of is giving a jail cell. That's always the challenge with the acacia, because it looks like bars. I like that better. I think that's nice. We do polish down there, maybe. I feel like this can be a texture moment. Okay, I like that entryway. We could do that and then bump out the top again. Kind of like that, but maybe more so like this one. I want to do line of stairs across, I think. Let's go with the polished ones for now. That kind of looks like a big giant slope, which it kind of technically is. And I don't know if I dislike it. Maybe these are solid. Let's try that. And then wall up. And I do need to start getting asymmetrical with the door again, like the entry is over here. We could do the 3 windows on this one. And maybe grab acacia for up here. Not so sure how I feel about that. Maybe this one we use banners. Let's go back and replace this with a andesite. And then if I do let's go back to an acacia log. I could do without stripping it. Kind of like that. And then banner. Don't know what color banner. We can also do a pattern. I kind of want to do like a stripe. Maybe a gray and white stripe. White dye. Loom. I don't think there's any quick way to make banners on creative. Okay, what are my options? I could either do like that, or I could do stripes. Let's do stripes first. I think if I do this now, it duplicates them. It's a little much. What if I do this? Make it a little asymmetrical. No, that looks really funny. See, sometimes asymmetry just looks strange. Okay, I don't like that either. What if I do like a gate? And I don't like that, but what if I do that up here instead? Why aren't you breaking? Okay, not a fan of that. What other? Give me the other fence. Nope, not a fan of that either. I think at the least I need to pop it out like I have been for all the others. Let me go back to polished up here. I don't really like this window. I think I like the 3, definitely like the 3 better. Yes. What pane? What glass pane? Kind of want to pull in like pink. Don't know why. I feel like pink and orange kind of look good together at times. Not a fan of that. This feels too symmetrical. Maybe we bump all this over. Bump, bump, bump. Take out these. Put you there. Do that, and then do that there. I think that helps. I'm kind of emulating this one in a way, but I think it looks better this way. Probably not gonna go with the pink glass, but I do like seeing how it looks. We can go for blue, get the complementary colors in there. Or sometimes I like to do this actually and mix it up. Maybe. Not so sure. What if we do yellow on top, white on bottom? Or you can go back and do the orange or the blue. I feel like in this case I like the cyan better than the straight on blue. So there's that. Or orange. Options. And sometimes I like to put a trapdoor in front of the top of the windows. I think in this situation it may be too small though for that. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. Options. I think I like the cyan. I'm debating if it's both or just the the one level, like if it's top and bottom. I think I kind of like it split. Now, what if I did this on this side? I like that. I feel like that made a big difference. Wait, what if I do that on this too? I think I like that. Now, what? We need to do the cornice. Let's pull this out. And maybe we just recreate this pattern up there too. So do like, that and this. And then signs across the top maybe. And buttons on here. Maybe. I don't know about the buttons. And I think I like that. I think that works. See, sometimes it like, I feel like just switching that to the walls made such a big difference. And it was like, it takes 2 seconds to make a change where I'm like, okay, it works. Not so sure about that. Need to get rid of this loom. Wait, what if I did do... just like 2 banners? I wouldn't do them all 4 like that. Yeah, if anything, it would just be the ones on the sides of the door. Or just the center of the door. No. That feels like a loincloth when it's centered like that. I think we can try this. I think that's a start. I think that works. Okay, let's move on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I did 10 last time. 10. Does that give me the right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 10 is the magic number. Cute. I'm actually really liking how these are turning out so far. Started this a little unsure of where we're going, and I think it's working. And definitely bringing in the wood helps because it makes the colors a little less flat. And once we have like actual interiors behind all these windows and stuff, it'll look a lot more fun. Okay, what next? Diorite, everybody's favorite white rock in the game. Let's do this and clear out my inventory. And once again, same block palette as the last 2. No polished wall. I guess I didn't realize that that's actually quite common, that they don't give you a wall when it's a polished block. Let's see. We could add a gable on this one. Up until this point, everything's been 2 sections, an upper and lower. I think we'll probably stay consistent with that. But I kind of want to add a gable. Let me see what I can do. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm so excited to actually put this into the world and like where it actually is going to take place, because I think this is going to be a fun little project to work on. Playing with the homies. Well, thanks for hanging out while you could. Appreciate you, G. Enjoy your gaming. All right. This one feels like blue. We should be putting blue with the dye, right? But let's see real quick, because I don't think I want to do a blue gable. Probably spruce. I use spruce on the deep slate. Yeah, see you next stream, G. Okay, let's say I do gable here. It needs more slope than that. I don't know if this is gonna do what I want it to. Just drop it down. That's too much right here. No, no. I'm just giving it a 12-12 slope as I do this. Let me think. So it's gonna definitely have to have a flat wall behind it, and I don't like how this is looking right here. Let me see if anything else kind of has what I have in mind. There's some cool like storefront options you can do if you're turning a corner, but I don't see myself having any situations where I turn a corner in the game or in the design. I could do this. I could like give it a sloped roof going down. Or like that's the view you get. Less shadow though. I think this would really pop out though if I did that. Okay, so this bumps out 2 blocks. Is that pretty normal? Seems like a lot of the times I kind of bump it out about that much, so it's not completely crazy. I'll have to plan for that then if that's something we want to do. Kind of give enough space to work with so that if we do want to come out 2 blocks we can. I kind of want to do this. Where would this go? I think probably this level. And then where's my delete? Kind of like that. these come down here. Let's see, fences. I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking this one. I don't think I am. Now I'm just making it bump out even more. Trying to see if it's even worth giving like a gable right here. Where's the slab? I don't think I like this one. But I might as well push it all back one. Before I make my decision, I'm gonna do this. Because there's no need for it to stick out as far as it is. Then let's do move and grab these and confirm. Yeah, there we go. So then it still only sticks out 2 blocks. And was that the center? That's the center. Solid block? Where's my solid block? Do this way and this way, I think. And then slab here. Makes it a little tall. I don't love this. Yeah, no, that's not working for me. At least not in this scenario. Maybe if these were walls. Not terrible, but I do feel like the spruce is doing all the heavy lifting. Should put that back. And let's grab do this maybe. That feels like that door is a little too close. Never mind. Switch that back. This just feels offset. No. Let's go back to the glass panes. And for this one, let's go with the light gray for now. I want to see what this looks like. Do we do another bay window or no? No, we don't do a bay window there. Feels like planters needed. We just keep popping this out further and further. Maybe this goes here. Honestly, not terrible. If we do that, give me a trap door. Let's do some spruce. That feels like it needs something other than spruce, though. No, I wasn't even looking. Maybe introduce some copper? Question mark? I want something where I can like actually see the leaves beyond it. The first instinct's copper, which I do kind of like that. Let's swap some of these blocks for the polished. Maybe all down here. Not a fan of that. It needs more color. Maybe it's the door. Or either spruce or copper. I feel like we probably want to do spruce, but I'm gonna look at the copper first. There's the copper. There's spruce. The copper looks good, but I think we want to leave that for like the detailing section. And stick to more of the spruce blocks for the rest. And do we do signs across that? Or wait, maybe fence gates across the top. I think that's cute. And let me grab these. Oh wait, those are already walls. What if we did fences instead? No, I think I like the walls better. This one's growing on me. I really wasn't liking it at first, but I think we're making progress. Can I do that without that section on top? I think we're okay without it. Buttons? Where do we want buttons? Maybe on either side of the window. Probably not there. This kind of feels like it may need vines. We've got these regular vines, but what about like the roots? Can I connect these to any of these blocks? Probably not. We can do something like... No, I can't even put it there. Okay, I can't even connect them. It's giving residential. We're about stairs above this window. We can do that, but I feel like I want to do the plain one, not the polished one. Yeah, I think I liked it better when it was just regular, honestly. Maybe Waldo will look. No, let's just go back to a solid block. No. Well, what if I just did it all the way across? Not terrible. I think that has potential. I could do this log facing forward like it is above. I think that works. I think we stick with that for now. It does feel like it's missing something right here. But wait, maybe we do like a potted plant. Yeah, this one's feeling very residential. I hate when I do that. We can do that, or is it centered? No, not centered. And then what if I grab random, we'll put like a random wall in there. And then any others? I think that's probably good. There's no need for all these extra blocks back here. Okay. I think we can work with that. Maybe I do one last thing. What if we put fences? Or no, not fences. Signs across here. I think that's too many stripes. Hang a sign over the window. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Over the window. Here, or I don't think I can stick it to a stair. It won't let me stick to a stair. That's kind of surprising. I can put it up here, though. That feels weird. Maybe this just becomes solid block for a moment. Wait, I know what I can do. I always forget, you can stick these anywhere as long as you break the block first. You think we could do that? I think that one works. Yeah, a lot of heavy lifting by the spruce, but I think that a lot of the wood blocks are doing a lot of heavy lifting on all of these, to be honest, because they need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, what's next? Got brick. We can go for some brick. I think this is probably where the jungle wood will come in. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I missed one. Okay. Okay. What do I want to take inspiration from? I feel like there's a lot of brick storefronts out there, so there should be plenty of inspiration to take in that sense. Honestly, like, brick and black look really good together. Also, I wish that we had a glass door in the game that connects to windows, glass panes. I don't get why that's not a thing. I think that there would be many situations where we could use that. I wish I had a black wood that I could work with right now. Okay. I do think at some point we're gonna get to a situation where we have to start like not copying the other designs, but keeping like the same framework of multiple different ones, or like picking and choosing, and that is perfectly fine, honestly. But I do want to try to come up with as many variations before we get to that point. Let's see. Go back to my Diagon Alley pictures. There's some where they put brick with like a teal color, almost like a warped wood. Could do that, probably won't do that, but it is an option. There is a really cool older design, or an older like IRL build, where they use like an emerald green with the brick, which looks pretty cool, but we don't have much of that color. The closest is the teal, and I'm not really feeling teal. Yeah, let's see. Or this one has just like a really bright red with some brick, but we already did the mangrove with the granite, so I don't want to do another red. I need to be looking more at like what layout I want to do. I don't have any like strong guidance on like what I want to do on this one. Let's see. Let's just mess around. So one thing I've done before on a brick build, which I actually think was kind of fun, is I went in and I would do this with like stairs and walls in between, just to get that like air gap. I've done that on a project before. I think it was like my old wool farm on my last world. Might use that in this situation. Because yeah, I think we're going to have to have a lot of those like moments where we force depth. This may be a cool situation to make it look boarded up. Like maybe we do have, I feel like it's always, why am I typing in windows? I feel like it's always brick buildings where they have like boards over the windows. I want to kind of try that, see what that looks like. Either that or the jungle. It might be a good thing actually to use different color wood types on that. Actually, we could do this. I don't think, oh, I can't do anything on this if I don't have a block to connect it to. I do that. It's always hard to like get it to where I can hold shift to place something, but also fly in creative. I always have to like, there's a way to it. I'm still figuring it out. Maybe this is actually not there. Brick factory foreclosed. What do we do? A band of walls. I don't know if I like that. So we could mix the direction of the stairs. We do that here. Yeah, I don't really like the walls there. I don't know if I like the triple windows on this one. I also don't really like this. Brick is just so hard to work with sometimes because it gets very repetitive very quickly. Do like that maybe. I feel like this needs like a big window, a door here. Maybe this one gets a banner. Oh wait, no, maybe over the window it gets a banner. If we're making it feel like boarded up, I feel like it's got to be the spruce door. I need mossy bricks, but the red brick. I could just do, honestly, use moss to take it over. It doesn't have to be the green moss, it could be pale moss. No, I feel like that's better, but also wait, if I use like the carpet, I can get that like creeping look. So maybe pale moss is the move. I want to be able to put this on the wall. I guess lichen would be pretty similar. I need something over this entrance, so probably walls and fences and campfires. About to get a achievement for this, I think. Okay, no. Usually if I grab something netherite, it likes to give me an achievement. Maybe one higher. Do a pale moss there. Oh, this one, full block. Feels like I need to be boarding this up down here if this is going to be boarded up here. I also feel like the door would probably be boarded up. Or not boarded off, but boarded up or blocked off. Not sure how I feel about boarding everything up like this, but it seems like it feels fitting for a brick building. Let's take that one out. And then trying to think, what if there's missing pieces up here and they just like braced it with wood? I don't know how I feel about this one, but it's really hard to break up the brick texture. I think I like this better when those were not there. What if I give me a trapdoor, do this way? don't know. I don't love it. But this also may become a situation where we use, we do end up like combining it with the granite when we actually go to build it. And if that's the case, I think I could easily just throw in some bricks to this one and make it look a lot better. We do this. I don't think this is going to connect to the glass. Yeah, no, that doesn't do anything. I want the glass connecting there. If I break this, it's gonna break my vine. Do that there. Can't put that there. I don't imagine I can put this here. No. Right here. If I put that there, I can put one here. I think that's too much. Looks the facade of the abandon. Oh yeah, that's the vibe we're going for, Fern. Because I kind of feel like brick buildings are like almost always boarded up. It looks a little crazy. I'm gonna keep it for now. It's just gonna be like the one outlier in the whole group that's just very beat up. But I may in practice end up putting the brick on this one and just combine those two. Because yeah, I'm not sure. It's just there's so little you can do with brick without bringing in granite to like texture it. But I very rarely work with brick alone. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Detroit home. Haven't been there, but I feel like I did a study on Detroit and I saw a lot of buildings like that. Honestly, any like city downtown, you're gonna see a lot of buildings that look like this, and they're kind of a vibe. They kind of look cool. I do like having the scaffolding in there. I wish there was a... There's always one that's run down. Yeah, that's true. It's just waiting for new love, or maybe I'll put it like at the very end, like it took a beating from some like weather or something. I don't know. Put it near the ocean. Who knows? It's like the original building that nobody wants to take down because it's historic, but it just like has no life left. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. Maybe. Do this. We'll see. If I do end up having a lot of room for this to be its own section, then I'll keep it as like the abandoned one. But if not, we'll combine it. It will be a pain though, like walking through the game and having to like do this every time that I want to go in. I'd probably end up just leaving. Okay, let me out. I can't even function. I'd probably just end up leaving them open half the time. Or maybe some of them have been broken open. Maybe like a police do not cross. I wish there was a metal scaffolding, because I feel like that'd be more realistic, that if like this started to break down, you would find rebar in it, not wood. I could do like this. Option. Oh, wrong one. Before we move on, I could do that. I think that's actually a little more realistic. The scaffolding's fun though. I like that. We may have to pull in some iron bars in some of these other builds. There wouldn't technically be rebar in here, I don't think, unless they actually made it a super thick wall. Copper grate. Oh yeah, that's true. Let me see what that looks like. I can only leave one of them. Yeah, I like the 2 of those. What's next? Mud brick. I love mud brick. Pretty block. Mud brick looks good with jungle wood, but I don't know if we will be doing that or not. Oh, and also I can use regular mud and the muddy roots. So that gives me options. Okay, let's make our wall. Basically, it's a trap house. Summon him. Let him see it. That's 7. Oh, 6, 7. Okay, I need to go 1 more on these. And that. I kind of am liking this one now. It's growing on me. I kind of want to have an abandoned one. What if I'm coming back to it. What if instead of a board, it gets the iron there? Maybe. Not there though. That one just has an opening. Somebody knocked that window open. Okay. What do I want to do here? Go back to our concept so you can either bump it out, bump it, or we can set it back. We could leave it flat. I haven't even done anything for dirt. Am I gonna do a dirt building? Maybe. Part of me's thinking of having like a section though that's just all nature-y blocks. I'll make an entire storefront out of leaves. Let's see, what do we want to do? I'm running out of ideas. We're running out of variations. We could have one where it's just like a very obviously an old building that somebody came in and tried to make modern, and it just like sticks out among the group. That is an option. Like I want to say there's an old like Gucci build or something. Back to looking at Diagon Alley. Didn't realize Diagon Alley was gonna give me so much inspiration today. I like wasn't expecting it because it's a little different than what I had in mind, but it actually does a good job at like having a lot of variety on the storefront options. Okay. Let's try. I kind of want to do a bay window again. Let's just go with plain glass for now. This one just doesn't have a door. Give me like some frog lights. I really don't know what I'm doing with this one. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's blinding. What other things do we have near? I like honestly the copper grates. I feel like they could make use of this in some other blocks. Like they definitely could do an iron grate, but I feel like there's got to be a ton of different other versions of that they could use. Or they don't know what I'm doing right now. We're just going off of vibes. I kind of like the teal color with the whatever this is called. Mud. Probably not the copper grate back here though. Swap for mud bricks, question mark. Give me a waxed copper door. Maybe go back to the planters. I could do any color leaves. Azalea, why not? Maybe not that. I don't know about the azalea. Mangrove. Mangrove has like a nice deep green color. And I feel like the mangrove doesn't change too much per biome, like some of the others do. I want to change these glass panes. Also, there's really no reason for those to be there. Is this like any of the others? It's kind of similar to that one, the deep slate one. I don't want this though. I think I want the brown glass panes. Actually that's too... blends in too much. Try cyan. I feel like the cyan is a little too blue for like the teal blocks. But the light blue like isn't that different either. I don't know why I'm kind of liking this. Wasn't planning on putting this with a mud brick, but the colors kind of look good together. Copper. What if I do... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. No. Maybe slabs. Is that one even waxed? It's not waxed. I guess it doesn't matter because those don't oxidize the same way. This one. Nope. That's too sloped. Too much. Come back to this. Should keep that there. Let's do another stair. And we could just do like the trapdoors here. I can't do that. Don't really know what I'm doing with this roof. Oh wait, I need this to be down here. I forgot. The whole point was to cover up these windows. Let's go back to just this. Okay. I'm gonna try that. Do triple. A triple. I think that works. We need our cornice. Our only option is the mud brick stairs. And then you do that up there. I need to pull in some of these other mud brick options, or like just the plain mud. This may just be like a texture thing. These make a weird noise. That may be a little too much. I think that's too much. Go back to bricks instead. Okay, I think that works. We feel like we need somewhere to put these mangrove roots, but honestly, is it necessary? Not really. Wait, maybe this one goes here and the rooted one goes there. It's like a transition. I think that's fine. Just gives it a little bit. This feels like it needs to be a stair, not a copper grate. Looking very cute. I'm actually enjoying how these are turning out. But thanks. Like I said, I didn't really know where this is gonna go when we started out. So sometimes it's just a little uncertain on like if it's actually gonna turn out well. All right, and I think we're doing okay. I feel like I need maybe some signs. Part of me wants signs up here, but I don't think that's gonna do anything. Maybe this. That looks a little funny. Maybe keep that there, but not on the edges. Option, and then a sign. I don't think this is the right shade of blue. Yeah, no. Maybe that's where the grate comes in. No. I think I liked it better every other one. But it does feel like I need something in here. Maybe we just do like buttons. I could do pink actually. I think the pink would look cute. Yeah, you can barely even tell it's pink. It almost looks like white. Maybe just the top. And then maybe also right here. Not sure how I feel about that. Give me like a fence gate. Ah, I broke the entire block. No. Sticks out way too much. It's always my problem with buttons. I always end up just breaking the block underneath it. Let's do a sign. See if this helps. I'm not like completely convinced that it's needed, but it does feel like there needs something up here. No. What's it called? Skulk. I don't know if I'll like this, but Skulk sometimes makes everything look cooler. Oh, I can't put it like on most of these blocks though. Kind of like it though. I kind of like that. I wish I could put it right here. I could just get like an actual sculk block and put it back there. Nah. This one's just getting overtaken by sculk at the top. Don't know why, it just is. No questions asked. Do I take out these? No. We're gonna leave those. Okay, I think that one's good. I could put stuff down here, but I don't think I want to. The mangrove one definitely looks more like a bush rather than leaves. So I think it's fine if it's not in like a planter like the other ones. Let's extrude 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, yeah, seeing them all side by side, it's going to definitely make the entire area look a little bit more colorful. Because, yeah, that was a little bit of my concern at the beginning, was that we were just going to have, like, an entirely gray building, an entirely black building, and, like, the red, but next to each other, it definitely helps break that up. Next, I've got resin. This one's going to be a little challenging. I haven't used resin much. And I also don't really have any resin to store. I may not need this one, to be honest, because I feel like, if anything, I'm going to have a resin farm where you store the resin. So I feel like I actually shouldn't do this one. Because, yeah, I think anything that has, like, an associated farm, I probably shouldn't have a, like, dedicated build for. I don't know. I'll still probably do something that's, like, ocean monument related, even though, like, those materials would be stored at the ocean monument. They actually don't come out of the farm as blocks. They come out as, like, the shards or whatever. What is it called? Yeah, shard and crystals. So that one does make sense, and then I can put any ocean related items in there, because I definitely want to do one that's made out of prismarine. But yeah, no, I think, I mean, I guess you could argue too, if there's a resin one, it's going to come out in block form, not, or it's going to come out as a, whatever they are. What do they come out as? Resin clump? Yeah, so maybe we do actually do it. Change my mind. Talk myself back into it. Because, yeah, they won't come out in that form either, if that's my logic. And it may be nice because I could have a dedicated spot where we either, like, autocraft the blocks into... We would need, like, a space to convert them into bricks, and then a space to craft them into blocks. Which I think converting into bricks would just happen at a super smelter, but just thinking out loud here. This one's so bright, especially in this lighting. Okay, I'll be right back. I have to step away again for a second, and then we'll get back to this one. Anybody play any fun new games lately? Because kind of lost interest on Schedule 1. I definitely have to play Repo, like, sparingly. And I've been interested to see if there's any, like, good new games that are out. Probably best if I don't play another one, because I'm just gonna get hooked on it, but I'm sure there are lots out there. I want to play the new Phasmo Easter update soon. That's on my list for sure. Okay, let's see. What wood type? I feel like this one, we should probably go with the pale oak if we're going to. They come from the same biome. I don't know actually though. Bamboo, something before where I put bamboo with red sandstone and it looked really nice together. I think we could do that or jungle. I keep saying jungle and then I don't know if I'm actually even using much of it, but I feel like jungle looks good with a lot of different block types. Even birch doesn't look terrible. Let me try. I like the bamboo, I think. It's a very colorful block palette though. I kind of want to do something I did on the last one. Where I like framed the windows in quartz. Actually go back to that. Quartz, make sure this is a smooth quartz stair. So when I did this before, I had like windows, say they're like right here. And then we had quartz on the outsides. This one's definitely like bringing in some blocks that aren't a part of the like main combo, but I do feel like it's kind of necessary when it comes to the resin because it's so bright. Then we did that with chains. But in the one that I'm referencing, we had a like the lower half of the build was all quartz, so it balanced each other out in that sense. Not really gonna be doing that here. So we'll see. Maybe these get like brick stairs. I don't know. I think I need to refrain from using the quartz if I don't have to. This one's just so bright. Do this. I don't know why I feel like I should be doing like lines all the way down. Thank you everybody who liked this stream on YouTube. Just checked, looks like it's growing. Appreciate y'all and glad you're able to hang out with me today. I need to click back. This looks really funny. Don't know why I did that. I love the sound of bamboo. So many of these blocks though, they just have such good sound design these days. I don't know if I want to do the windows like that. This may be a situation where more windows are better just to get rid of all of the, like, minimize how much bright orange there is. Actually we'll go back to that. Give me some more bamboo. I think this would probably bump out right here. Fire station? That's a good point. Maybe I can what's the word? Build off that. Let's look at some fire stations. I feel like you very rarely see them like within a storefront like this, unless you're probably in a really big city. Yeah, I want to like mix up the materials at the bottom, but I don't want to do it too much. I mean, we could do like a big garage door if we're going for the fire station. Looks like stream dropped. Okay, cool. I was like, what happened? Yeah, stream dropped on Twitch. Oops. But yeah, maybe we embrace that. Give it a little baby door. And use like an iron door. And give me iron bars. Wait, what is it? People use the backside of looms usually to make like a garage door, but I think I actually like this better. Go back to iron. Yeah, I think that may have changed things, Crow, in the good way, because I do feel like I need to get rid of as much resin as I can, so I don't overwhelm the senses with orange. I like that better up here. And then do like that there. Problem is, I will have to figure out how to get in with a button, and I don't like doing that. Actually, no, the door's up. I don't need a button. That's just a for show. Do that. I feel like this, either we do wall right there or we do Groot. Hey, Groot's head kind of looks like fire. Looks like a flame. Vibing with this more. I need different blocks that aren't so bricky. We may have to pull some notes from the other brick one and start bringing in stuff to make it feel like it's a little different. Maybe these get iron bars for windows. No, that's a little too much. But we could do fences for windows. That's maybe too much yellow. Maybe normal windows. I keep wanting to type in window when I mean glass pane. Firehouse subs. Actually, that's funny. Red? No. Orange? On the window? Do we just embrace the orange at this point? Kind of like the orange. And if it's a fire station, it needs a bell. Bam. That blocks the Groot face, though. We'll put more Groot down here. Groot. What other bamboo can I use? Maybe do this. Just to break that up a bit. Oh, and sometimes I'll do this. I don't think I've actually used that on a build yet. Yeah, that's an option. And actually, that's giving more castle. I think I like it better up here. We could go back and do like firehouse subs. Yeah, I love firehouse subs. They're good. They're a little lower priced though, if I'm being honest. I feel like they've definitely upped their prices recently. Is it a thing for fire stations to like put bars in front of their windows. I don't think so. That's actually too much. What next? Groot above windows. Actually, that feels wrong. If those are here, it feels like it should be here. If that's where it's going to be at the bottom. Oh, also I have these. Why don't I do that? Maybe along the entire top. That, like, resin, block of resin kind of looks funny. Okay, I need a fence or a sign. I kind of want to do a pale oak. Break up the orange and yellow for a little. Maybe. I don't know about that. What about fence gate opened? Ah. Hi, Jesty. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. There's something so satisfying about that noise on Twitch. I couldn't hear it for the longest time until I finally, like, fixed it. I kind of like that. Also, it kind of feels like it needs maybe these here. We're going back to those vertical lines that I took out earlier. Needs banners above the windows. This feels weird right here since it's like on that. We're gonna take that out. I don't like that. Very bold for sure. I don't like this thing. Or maybe I do, just not there. I can also go in with the walls. We're gonna start blocking our Groots though. Actually, I kind of like that. Just continuously blocking Groot though every time this happens. I could either do this or I can do this way or this way. I could put banners on those blocks. This looks funny right here, but I don't hate it either. I don't know how I feel about it though. It's gonna connect to iron bars, won't it? No, it doesn't. If I put this back in, is it gonna... Okay, wait, I kind of like that better. If I did a banner... First off, I need a color. Second off, I need a pattern. Wait, is there... There's no Groot banner? There's the Guster. Skull, thing, globe, snout... Flow. I do that or the flow. Where's my loom? Kind of feels like I need to bring more of that white back in. And I don't want to do red. We could do white and gray again. I did that earlier, but I kind of like those colors together. Which one gives more firehouse? I want... Okay, I need it to be a gray banner with white dye, if anything, I think. Gray and white. Or I could do a light gray dye. You can't even... Oh, I grabbed a light gray banner, that's why. Okay, well, actually, leave it at light gray and do the white. Why does this feel so tiny? It like barely takes up any space when it comes to the pattern. Whereas I feel like these cover like the entire thing. I guess that's kind of how it has to be. I feel like this one. Wait, I can put more stuff on it. Hold on. Where's my dye? I probably should have done this first. What are my options? Could do that. That kind of looks weird. It looks like a bat. I do not play with banners enough. That one's kind of nice. It's like a jail. Lock them up. Not vibing with any of these. I feel like I like that one the best, but I don't think I'm gonna like it when it's actually up. I want the inverse of that, which doesn't really do anything, but... Like, I think those would look okay. But it's too curvy for this build. Everything's a little, like, harsh lines. Which I think is a good thing. I could put this pattern on in a different color. Do like the stripe spine. I don't know, I kind of like the jail pattern. I'm just gonna do that for now. Even though this isn't a jail. If I just like pew 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 pew. That's too many. And I'm breaking blocks. Ah! No! Okay, I feel like I'm missing some things. Like opportunities. Actually that doesn't do anything. Do some like walls right here. Wall action? No. Actually, we don't want this to look like a weak fire station. We're not going to give them any like walls to make it look like it's dilapidated. This kind of feels like it needs to go here and not there. Or it goes there and not here. Maybe that's the option. It's a jail. Or we can put it on the wall. It doesn't have to be up there. Oh, it's an actual legit wall. I keep forgetting that. Wait. This is like what we did already over there, but I like it. Root. I feel like if we do that, then this group back here goes. And then we can put that there. We want it lower. I feel like that works. Very bold for sure. It feels like the cornice needs something else up here. Yeah, as I get further out and all this stuff like despawns. It looks funny. Maybe these go up here. And not here. Yeah, I think further below. We'll keep it where it was to begin with. Do that, and I'm gonna call this one good, but it does feel like there's something up here that needs to change. But I can't think of anything that I can change that doesn't involve like completely changing the blocks or like introducing too many block colors. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, next is the sandstone. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm going to do in situations where we've got, say, like dirt, gravel, sand, glass. I'm not sure what we're gonna do for those specifically. My cat's food is going off. Aw, she looks so cute. Sleeping right now. Get a picture of her. Let me take a picture and send it in the Discord. She's so cute. You probably can't see this. No, you can't. It'll show. That's what she looks like right now. She's in my drawer. It's adorable. Also, like, maybe I combine this with the red sandstone and just accept that there's a whole building for an orange colored block. This kitty, she's passing by. She's probably gonna hop up here to eat in a second. But maybe I combine red sandstone with this one, with the resin. Keep those together. TBD. But I don't feel like I need an entire building for red sandstone. But I don't necessarily know if I would combine it with sandstone either. Which I possibly could. But yeah, I do need to figure out how I'm going to store anything that can't necessarily have a building made out of it. So I feel like I could do like a mossy building that has like all the nature items. But I think that it would end up being like a really... I would need to make it like double wide for it to work. Because it would just have so many different categories in there. And like leaves I'm not so sure about. So we'll have to figure that out when we get there. We may just have like that has anything that is not one of these like building blocks that I have excessive amounts of. But we'll figure that out later. Yeah, let's do sandstone. This is gonna look so pale next to the resin. I'm gonna keep it this one. Honestly, the like bands along the front aren't bad. We can work with that. Then we can come in and add in like the cut sandstone. And like the ores, not sure what we're gonna do when it comes to ores. So yeah, there's gonna be stuff in there that needs some additional thought. I kind of wanna do the like coins all the way up with the cut sandstone. And then it does feel like these should just all be smooth sandstone. Okay, we got this. Join stream in the background. I love to hear it. It looks like, is my Twitch dropping again? I think it's okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. It like dropped for a second, but I don't think it actually went away. I need to drink my coffee before it gets too late. Okay. Let's do I'm kind of at the point where I'm just like freeballing it. It's just the way it's gonna be. Ooh, after this, I want to do a prismarine one. It's gonna look good color-wise for it to be right there because it's like close to the blue there and it's complementary to the orange. I'm adding that to the lineup. Prismarine next. Look at it. Ah, I love that color. Especially in the lighting right now. Okay. How do we want to do this one? I'm like, do I want to emulate the like sandy villages? Because I could do something like give it like a tooth edge roof like they are in the villages, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna like that. Yeah, I don't think that's working for me. Let's see. Shops will be in your world. Yeah, so we are going to add these to the world eventually. It definitely, it's a little bit down the line. I've got to do a couple of things before we get to that part. But I do like that we're getting these kind of knocked out now. Yeah, we're gonna add these. I don't like this little like jagged edge right here. This could be a situation where I do like light below and red sandstone above. Okay, yeah, the stream did drop again. Sorry, Twitch folks. Something up with my Wi-Fi, I guess, today. It's been a little weird lately. Just got new Wi-Fi, but it apparently is not able to handle. Feel like this should be here. That feels like it's a little too top heavy. Maybe like that. Don't hate it. I need to figure out what to do with the red sandstone up here, but this is not it. Oh wait, I messed that up. We'll do that. What other red sandstone do I have? Ooh, the chiseled red sandstone's actually really cool. Is that a wither? I've never noticed this one before. That's definitely a wither. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't used the chiseled version of the red sandstone. I barely ever use red sandstone as is. Sweet, I like that. Make like a mall. No, this is gonna be for my storage room. I don't want to give too much away on like what the plan is, but that's why we're doing like a specific block for each design, is because I want it to like represent what's being stored. It's gonna be a very large, not necessarily efficient storage room, but I think it'll look cool. I think actually we're gonna do slabs in the middle. Either this one or this one. I feel like that looks better whenever it's attached to the chiseled block. I don't need this though, if that's the case. We can maybe put that there. Actually, no, I don't really like that. Or maybe we just go all the way across. Now let me get some smooth and connect across the top here. So I think we can work with this. I gotta figure out like where the door and window's going. We haven't done any double wide doors. Maybe now's the time for that. Actually, yeah, I guess that's technically where that would go. Where's my doors? What are my options? What do I want to work with? Could pull in a birch. What do they put in, I can't remember what is actually in a desert village. Do they use jungle? Desert village. I remember the green beds, but I don't remember what doors. I think it's jungle. Yeah, it's definitely a jungle. Options. I keep saying I'm going to use jungle and then I don't use it. Let's see. Walking on the iron blocks is very audible. Okay, there's that. Let's see. Birch. I think I like the jungle better. And then this feels weird with the sandstone. I feel like it needs to be the smooth sandstone stair. Right here. And probably right there too. Let's see. Jungle fence. I'm not a big fan of that. Do a trapdoor. I also do like to use birch trapdoors for like areas above, so it's got like the grid in it. So I think it looks nice in some situations, even if it doesn't match the door below. I do kind of like that. Let me try jungle. I think I like the jungle better though. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think I like the jungle better. What about the window? We can go with light blue. I haven't used light blue yet. I've used the cyan. Not that one. That one's very light. You can barely even tell. What about the cyan then? I could also try the dark blue. I haven't looked at that one. That one's very blue. That's like purple blue. What other options do I have? I think that I like the cyan the best. Now, this feels like it needs a pot. With a sherd. Wait, what if I do fences over that? What does that look like? Does it connect? Wait, whoa. Kind of look like the base of a column. In a good way. Wait, where's the chiseled? Oh, I already have it right here. No. At least not there. It does feel like this needs something solid to connect to, though. It just seems weird to have those two touching. We could go for that one. Or we can go back to the stairs. I mean, the stairs don't look terrible. Let's see. I think I want to do a planter right here. I don't know, actually. Maybe take this out. It is good to know that I can do that. I wasn't sure if it was going to fit in there just right, but it does look pretty decent. I want to put a cactus in here. I did that. Oh wait, I can't put a cactus on top. No. Definitely not symmetrical like that, if anything. This I feel like would be better as just like a little trapdoor table kind of thing. Maybe like that. Fence. Oh no, I can't do that. Emerald shown in the Minecraft trailer? Like the movie trailer? That would take me a long time to finish. I feel like this deserves azalea leaves. They're like the perfect shade of green for like a very warm climate. This kind of feels like it needs shutters, but not that color. Also, no, I don't like that proportionally. Maybe right there. Also, don't like that that's the exact same color as the others. I could go back to the birch, but I don't think I'll like that. Let's see though. Yeah, it's not bad. I like it better being different than like everything else. I think it needs that, but I wish they had like a connecting texture so that they weren't square. Like maybe the spruce, since because I don't like that break in the middle. Yeah, I think that looks better. It does feel like it needs more in here. This is why I don't like using like the continuous glass, because I do like when it creates mullions and like the lights between. But sometimes I want more of them. Like part of me feels like I should do this. If I do that, it's gonna give it more of a thing in the back. I think that's a little much. See, I already like that better. Maybe a different color though. Sometimes the black's a little pushes it. We'll try the light gray, or just the regular gray. Slightly lighter than the black. I like that better. I'm gonna leave it for now. I definitely would have to do like something on the inside right here though to cap it off, which is not a bad thing. I could do like that. But that doesn't really matter. I can deal with that later. I can work around this pretty easily. I don't know though. So the lighting, I'm definitely getting a different view of this because it has like the direct sunlight, and we're not always going to have the same sunlight when it's built in the world. It's probably going to be significantly different. So that's one thing I'm going to have to consider whenever we do get around to actually building it. Things may change as we go, just depending on the sunlight. Maybe try but not the exact same. Oh yeah, that'll be cool. You're heading out, G. Well, have a good rest of your evening or day. I'm not sure what time it is for you, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. I don't really like that there. This is giving Cyclops. Like, I feel like it's Mike Wazowski when I just do one big window like this. But if I split it, I'm kind of tired of splitting it. I feel like I do that a lot. I either do 3 or I do 2, so it may just be time to do a 1. Let's Let's go back to this one. I actually want to try real quick doing white glass on the inside instead of that. Instead of the gray. Because the gray is kind of making the light blue a little less light. I think that works. Now, question, do I do that in here as well? Oh, that's gonna give the wall a weird texture at the front. Kind of like it though. Kind of works. This one could get shutters. I don't hate it. I feel like I need stairs right here with flower pots on them. And I gotta do it. I love bringing in a torch flower, especially if there's an orange color. It just connects everything. I kind of like this one. I think it works. And I think we're just gonna go in and do either the smooth or the regular. Honestly, probably a little bit of both. Do a cornice at the top. Maybe here. I like it. We could do another sign here. That seems a little too high. TBD. Maybe I put like a fence and a hanging plant. Which one's my favorite? Right now, I think this one. I like the depth of this, and it's a little more classical. I am happy with how this one turned out. I'm not a super huge fan of like red, and that's gonna be like the situation with the brick and the granite always. I like the shape of this one, but I think my overall favorite is probably this one, which is funny because I feel like I really did not like that one for a while. No, I do like this one too. We'll keep those together. Let's do ocean prismarine whatever stuff. 3, which may end up being my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, I miscounted. Okay, let me actually clear my inventory because I've been collecting a lot of things. We've got a lot to work with on this one. I think I'm probably gonna do dark prismarine on the bottom and light on the top and kind of split it like that one is, because I've seen a lot of actual in real life buildings like that where they use like this dark emerald green at the bottom. It's really pretty. You like the diorite one? Oh, this one. This one's giving like little. It's giving me like a Swiss village vibe. Yeah, B-dubs. B-dubs in his diorite always. I never even put a plant in this. It always throws me off that you can't just search flower and everything pops up. That feels like it needs a fern. I'll go with that. I love a fern. It's such a pretty color. And it's not like the cactus where it's just like capped at the top. It actually feels like it fits within a decorated pot, whereas some of the other flowers are so little squished. A little teeny tiny in it when they're in the decorated pot. The fern like can hold its own ground. Boom. Okay, so I think we'll do this And then this on top for now. We'll mess with it. Let me mess with that a little bit. All right. Drinking all of this coffee and water. I have to go to the restroom again. I will be right back. I'm going to continue drinking more coffee, even though it's part of the problem. I need to get this all down. I'm not used to drinking giant coffees like this. I do love a good hanging fern as well. But what I love the most is a hanging torch flower. They really can carry the build sometimes for me. Okay. Let's do the Ocean Monument one. It feels like these textures look weird on top of each other. But I feel like I definitely need to do the brick rather than the plain prismarine mostly because the like density of this is so close to this one. To the dark prismarine. Let's do... What if I like split it with this one? I kind of like that. I kind of want to do another bay window. Bring it back to the start and do one of these. Those are fun. Do we have any plants that would specifically be good? I have an idea. If I do a mangrove root and I waterlog it, can I put coral on top of it? Okay, you can. We're gonna put that to use. You can't do it with leaves, but you can do it with coral or with mangrove roots. Sweet. Okay, well this one actually... Are there any other ocean plants that I could put to use? I don't think so. We'll just cover it in sea pickles. So that one we put the glass right on top of the plant, but we're not gonna be able to do that on this one. We'll have to bump it out a little bit further. If we want to actually make a, oh, I thought that was going to take the water out with it. But if we want to make an actual bay window, that's going to change it up a bit. Let's do this. And get me some glass panes. What color? Blue. Maybe. Hey Medline1, thank you for the follow. Well, welcome in. Let's do that. And this doesn't, never mind, that messes up the feel of the bay window. Could do that. Now this kind of feels like I need the prismarine slab. Take that out for now. We could do this up here. And then if I do a mangrove root here, I feel like that bumps out a little too much. Sacrifices may need to be made. We may take this out. Forget the bay window. And I think it's more important that I have these mangrove root planters rather than the bay window. Because I'm very excited to put coral on display. I have to do brain coral. And maybe we'll do a horn coral. And something else. What's the other options? Ah! I minimized that. Oops. F11. I was recording some footage yesterday and I had it like this the entire time without realizing, and if you see on the stream it adds like that black band at the bottom. I was so upset when I found out later, but I had to just zoom in on the footage a little bit. I'm fortunate. It happens though. Okay, I'm doing that. Very colorful, but I like it. This one may be like a warp trapdoor kind of situation because it kind of looks a little bit like kelp. And it blends in pretty well with the dark prismarine. I like it. I kind of want to lift the entrance up for this one. Maybe we take that out and do purse. I have purse. We'll do a dark prismarine stair. Solid block there. Maybe stair there, and then considering my options right now. Give me a fence. This kind of feels like a birch fence would be fitting because it's almost like a sandy color. Like what you'd see in the bottom of the ocean. So maybe a birch door. This would be the only one that gets a lifted entrance, but honestly, prismarine deserves it. Prismarine's a top tier block. Especially dark prismarine. Maybe we do this over here. Bring that up. I think this works. I think I like it. I have done this before. We may try this. It's a little bit darker color though. What other trapdoor do we have? We gotta do copper. I don't really want to do another warped because I feel like it kind of, it's weird when I sandwich it. I kind of want to just leave it open. I think we got enough color with that little planter at the bottom that I don't need to do too much detailing on the window. So let's leave it like that. And now let's see this top section. I should have flipped the door just so it's like flipped of that first one. So we're getting, it's becoming very similar do that first one. Maybe we do this. That kind of changes it up a little bit. Oh wait, I think I need to do this so that we can get our top cornice. Probably do that, and then do some random bricks. And I kind of want to do a pink or a magenta glass pane in this upper section. Honestly, wait. Let's do... Okay, no, that's too much. I may end up going back to blue. Yeah, I kind of want to go back to blue. I think it just looks nice. It's a very dusty blue in this lighting and with the surrounding colors. Like a, what is it? Cornflower blue? Sweet. I like that. I want more something to break up these little sections right here. Are there any other things I could use? I could use sea pickles. Put like these here. That looks a little funny, but let's see what sea pickles look like. Also, can I put a conduit on anything I want? I never really try to place them on random blocks. They just float. They also kind of got some light to them. Not gonna do that, but it kind of looks funny. I didn't realize they float like that. I can only do one sea pickle. Oh no, I can do two. I was just crouching, which is causing problems, I guess. Wait, idea. Just a line of sea pickles. Not sure how I feel about that. Oops. Let's see. Go back to our sea pickle placing. And I think it looks a little better on a stair rather than a trapdoor. That doesn't really feel necessary though. What if I put a stair below it? Can I put sea pickles on or on fences? I can. That looks funny. Just like floating there. Yeah, we're not doing that. What if I go back to my garland of sea pickles and just like make it a little more random? I don't hate that. I don't like it though. Options. What about more birch trapdoors? No. Yeah, it definitely needs something, because the further I go away, the more like it blends into itself. I don't think I want to do this, but I'm gonna try. Do the cornice out of the dark prismarine. Maybe we do that, because that's where it was really blending. Lots of stripes on this one. I can do chains. And I don't think I want to do these lanterns, but I want to see what they look like. See, that just feels too low. dangles a little too much. Not a big fan of that one. Why do I want to see a bamboo trapdoor? I haven't even really been thinking about lighting on any of these. But I imagine we'll probably have lighting on the inside. I kind of like that. Maybe I swap the birch below for bamboo instead. I mean, we've already got that bright yellow coral. So I think I might like it. And then bamboo door. I do like the birch door. But I want to see. I think I like the bamboo. See them from a distance. I'm never going to be standing this far away from it in the actual world. But I do feel like it looks better that way. Buttons. I kind of want to do a pink button. Too much. And not pink enough for it to actually be noticeable. We can try a crimson, but I don't think I'm going to do the buttons. Ooh, actually, I can do just like a top and bottom button. Yeah. No. Not the move. What if I put lichen over it? I kind of like that. The texture the lichen adds. Maybe only partially, not completely. I think I like that. I think that one's good. One last thing that I want to look at. If I did this instead of bamboo. At least up there. I think I like the bamboo better, honestly. It's very, like, it stands out a lot from the from a distance, but I'm not going to be looking at it from a distance. Like, I think the furthest away you'd probably ever be from any of these is going to be, like, maybe here. Okay. We're going to call that one good. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay. What's next? I haven't done anything for wood. And that brings me to the situation of, do we just combine all of the wood types into one build or kind of section them off, which is an option. Let me see if there's anything else though that I want to do first. I don't have tough. I do need to put tough on the list. Let me put that here. Honestly, we got a lot knocked out. There's nether bricks, which actually that might, ooh, wait, ideas. So we could do nether bricks and that would house anything that's nether related, and then we could do one that's like endstone purpur. That's anything end related. I do still need to figure out some of these other ones though. I always forget red nether brick is the thing. I never work with red nether brick, so it's probably gonna stay that way. Here's the thing. If I do nether brick, maybe that stores netherrack and nether brick, and then I would need like a separate one for basalt and blackstone. Honestly, not a bad thing because I do like working with basalt. I don't do a lot with blackstone, but we can change that. I kind of want to do an entirely copper build. I do need to do quartz. I haven't done that yet. Copper will be a little difficult, but I think we can make it work. Oh, I haven't even started with the terracottas. That's actually going to be pretty difficult because terracotta does not have any stairs or slabs. So that one may have a lot of carrying from the wood that I choose to like pair it with. And then like, do I do one that's glass? We're getting into the real details now. Also like calcite geode type blocks. I usually have a lot of things that go with the geode. So we may want to do that, and I can just pair it with like, say, pale oak. I think we could try that. I don't have anything related to mushrooms. But we might. I have done red mushroom builds before, and they're pretty fun. Well. And yeah, like a skulk build. Is that a thing? We've got all the basics down. We are kind of getting to the point where I'm going to have to figure out how many spaces I'm actually going to have to work with before I can know for sure. At like how many other sections to build. So let me drop these out. So we got a quartz, copper, terracotta, concrete, calcite. Put all those there. I am kind of debating if I just like pair up the different wood types. So say put like jungle and bamboo together. Put like oak and birch together. Put like spruce and dark oak. Put like acacia and maybe mangrove or something. We may do that and like pair the wood types. And do like 2 per build, because it would be a little difficult to try to make all the wood types look good together in one build. But I think if I'm working with like a couple at a time, I could do it pretty easily. And I also will need a lot of storage for wood. So it probably makes sense for me to break it down into 2. Looking amazing. Thanks. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I'm so excited to actually put it in the world. I hope the lighting doesn't change too much, like doesn't make me dislike some of these once we actually like get it in place, but we're a little bit a ways away from getting to that point. You see that episode Beobs did where you use glazed terracotta and glass to make a stained glass look? I did. I love that building. I do use glazed terracotta in like the back of builds quite often in my world now because of it. Like I have like a clock tower that I put the glazed terracotta behind, and yeah, the way he set that up, I think that changed a lot of people's perception of what you can do with glazed terracotta, because it looks way better than just a plain glass. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. We're gonna have to get a little bit of other things figured out before I can continue on with these designs, but we will come back to this. There's a lot more designs that I want to work through, and I think we can at least have double what we have now. So what do we have? We have like 10. If I'm thinking correctly, I think we can have 20 storefronts for storage. But I've got to figure out exactly what we're gonna do before I can figure that out completely. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Once again, thanks for liking the stream on YouTube. And for those of you who followed today, feel free to join the Discord if you would like to. It is !Discord on Twitch, or it is always linked in the description on YouTube if you would like to join. But yeah, I will be live again on Wednesday, and I hope to see you all there if you're able to join. It's usually around 2 p.m. CST. So without further ado, I think we're gonna end it there, and I'll see ya next time. Thanks again for hanging out. Bye-bye.